What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is WTF Wednesday. How y'all doing tonight? Dino is still abroad, or at least a gay guy. No, he's still on vacation. He should be making it back into the land above us by this weekend. So Monday we should be back on regular scheduled time. That being said, it's going to be me and Greg tonight. We're going to touch on a few topics. There's just some complaints I've seen on Facebook, some shit that's been going on in the news. Me and Greg was talking cars earlier. That's what we do best. So we might hit on a couple of horror stories that we were fucking with over there. That being said, the producer, the man, the myth, the legend, we got Greg in the motherfucking house.
What up, everybody? What's going on?
Who that up, bro?
Same old.
Just I guess this would touch your industry a little bit more than most people, even though people don't think about it. But okay. How you feel about these whole tariff things that's been going on?
I'm kind of torn. Because I understand getting stuff across seas is cheaper, yada. But at the same time, I feel it's going to bring more jobs because now we're going to have to start doing more stuff on our own unless we want to pay these tariffs. If that makes any sense.
Well, I feel like, and I'm glad you said it like that because a lot of the people that are bitching about this, like tariffs only work like if you as the people who are putting the tariffs on whatever other country, stick to your own rules. The whole point of this is to buy American, to get shit here in America. And all these people that are bitching, oh, prices are up. Well, whatever you bought, was it made in America? Can you get it American? Like, I know a lot of things you can't. And those, sorry for you. But, I mean, they have TVs that come from America. They have aluminum that comes from America. They got steel that comes from America. So unless you are hell-bent on buying foreign shit, which, I mean, as an American, you have the right. You do have the right to that. But unless you are hell-bent on buying foreign shit, your prices ain't really up. And 9 times out of 10, something made in America is actually better quality than something made in Thailand or whatever-istan or China or whatever. I mean, me and Greg were just talking about this right before the show on a comparison I'm not going to put their name out there because I don't know if there's copyrights or whatever, but a certain budget tool store has started off as a low-end tool thing, and now is a huge conglomerate out there. And, I watched a video earlier on how they're able to get such cheap, products and able to turn it over to us. And Greg even knew about it before I did. They got a big warehouse, pretty much the way these people do. They don't do a middleman. They got a big warehouse. And in this warehouse, like we'll just say, for instance, they got drills. Everybody's making drills. This is the drill part of the warehouse. So all the drills are the same. They're made with the same parts. They're made with the same, whatever guts inside. Now batteries are different. Batteries are made somewhere else. So if you got a particular drill, they decide to go with this battery or that battery or whatever. That's something different. But as far as the drill itself, you may vary in color. That's about it. So once it gets to this end of the fucking warehouse, that's where the money comes in, because that's where a different sticker is. So like the same place that a Milwaukee, and these are just examples, the same place, Milwaukee and Bauer and we'll say uh, just any of these, are pretty much all the same thing. Just the people who are selling them are buying the labels. They stick their own sticker on there and they put their own packaging on there and then they do whatever. Well, this, and I was very surprised, this business doesn't up the price. Whereas, you might pay $50 to $100 more for this drill over here, this same damn near exact drill with a different battery, um, will cost, a fraction of that. And they don't up the price. They make a very small uh, margin of a profit. But with that small margin, they have grown from the 80s to now to like a multi-billion dollar company. I mean, shit.
And they started out on cheap ass tools, like
Right.
cheap.
Like one-time use tools.
Right.
Like I remember, always buying a set of those type of tools just so I could lend them out. Because you always got them people that want, can I borrow this? Can I borrow? Yeah, here you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't get, because Craftsman was the shit back in the day.
Right.
Craftsman, SNK, Snap On. Those were the good ones back in the day. And somebody took your Craftsman and you was ready to choke them off.
Right.
But now Craftsman done went to shit. Didn't they
Oh
switch over
yeah.
to, didn't the Craftsman switch over to I thought it was Icon, but it's not Icon, it's something else. Evil.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was
No.
just an excuse to avoid all their, because Craftsman back in the day, I remember the commercials. Like there was an old man who bought a hammer when he was like 16 years old or something, and that he was like 74 and the hammer broke and he took it back and they gave him a new hammer, brand new, no questions asked.
Right.
That was Craftsman. Now, no, nope,
Right.
nope. they went from swapping up, because I remember back when I worked in the junkyard. I mean, I would collect up all the broken Craftsman tools, take them in, and I would get brand new fucking tools, brand
Right.
new. It was no problem. And then they went from giving you a new ratchet or whatever to, wait a second, sir. And then they called some stoner from the back who redoes the guts on the inside, which
Yep.
then it breaks within the next fucking month or two.
Yep.
And then they went from that just to no, we just don't do that no more.
Right. But uh, back to the whole tariff thing. What
Yeah.
the fuck was that?
My light fell.
Oh, that sounded like it was here. What the fuck?
Huh.
But take Youngstown for example. They were one of the biggest steel towns in the area. What back in the '60s, I believe.
60s, 70s, late
Something
80s,
like that.
or
Yeah.
early 80s.
Right. And right now we have basically a stretch of factories from that go through 3 different fucking counties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And half of them aren't even being used. And
But we talked about that the last time, when Trump was in office.
mm,
Everybody had a fit because he did this last time. And everybody was struggling, and I even talked to Jack, because Jack, set me straight on a couple of my facts about, on the reasoning why switching everything to American companies this quick was so bad. And it
right,
was because we didn't have the tooling and everything at the time to, they were back ordering stuff. So whereas it finally leveled out to where it got good, people were making money. Our companies, there was fucking steel mills blowing up and hiring everywhere again. And then all of a sudden, Biden came in and stopped it all. So now all that new equipment and all that shit that was redone, half of it was on loan or wasn't even paid for already, to accommodate all these big fucking bills that were coming in, all these orders that were coming in. Now
mm-hmm,
set. And a big example of that was with fucking GM. Because at one point before GM fucked their people, they filled that place with all new equipment. Like it was all new equipment. Back when everything was switching over, they knew it was coming. They filled it all with equipment. And within fucking less than 4 years of the Biden's bullshit, as soon as Biden got in there, GM was gone. GM
mm-hmm,
was gone. Now, I'm not saying there's a direct correlation to Biden and GM, but his policies and the stoppage of everything that was implemented, fuck that company over here in Lordstown. And
Yeah,
just like you
and
said, like we got from Camel all the way down through Youngstown. I
oh,
mean,
dude, it goes all the way in past fucking Warren into
yeah,
Leavenworth.
yeah.
You know, I mean,
That
you're
whole
talking,
island there, it was all industrial area.
yep,
And what hasn't been torn down had to be updated per state standards.
right,
So, I mean, we still got these factories that are not even, if they're running at a tenth of the capacity.
right. Like
So, I mean,
not even a tenth of the capacity. Like the one right down here by in between us. You know what I mean? Like I was just telling Cassidy the other day, I was like, half of that factory used to be all lit up and shit. And I said, now it's not even half of it. And I said, you don't see the hot pours like they used to do all the time no more outside and shit like that. It's
right.
just,
And again, because I worked there when it was North Star Steel.
mm,
And remember that they had the ran down part at the far end? In Trump's first administration, that was all torn down and they rebuilt that whole fucking end down there. It
mm-hmm.
was all rebuilt. And then all of a sudden, now it's like you said, it's empty. It's barely
Right.
rent. So I
But,
mean,
and I want to go back to your TM deal there too. Uh, that was all under new ownership too, if I remember correctly.
yeah, it was switching over and they just did that to buy and sell it.
Right. So, and I'm going to use this as a prime example too. You have that chill can company over there on the east side. Brand new fucking buildings, brand people out of their house, big fucking ordeal. I don't know if you remember that whole
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But just for them, not to even open the fucking doors once for anything. They were promised, thousands of jobs and all this other shit in the area. That's what their argument was. Here to find out, it's a fucking company out in California that bought the land, put the fucking buildings up just for a fucking tax write off.
Well, not only that, but
And it was
um,
the main.
to the local ear when I was talking to a few of the city people, um, the outgoing local administration decided that his pockets weren't being lined enough. Just like with the hotel that's downtown, that they keep saying that the hotel is fucking the city, the hotel's but when you start looking into it, why are you overcharging them for a piece of what you're calling prime property, but you're still, like you're not taking, you're not giving them any tax breaks. You're not giving them any incentive to be there. They're bringing in jobs. They'll bring in fucking, the people that you want to so-called bring down there.
Right,
But it's just like anything else. You're gonna keep taxing me and taxing me. Fucking keep your building and go suck a lemon.
right. But at the same time, like I said, with that whole chill can company, that shit was just straight up at like he even got fined and shit, and like because that city or the state or whatever was on his ass because he built this place and da 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 da, and he just paid the fucking fines and said fuck it, it was cheaper for him to do that than pay the fucking taxes or whatever it was. So you're getting a lot more of that in a lot of places too. You know what I mean? And it seems like it's in these smaller areas. And if you look back into the piping companies and all that shit, it was the same thing back then. Fucking people were buying it just because it was worth a little bit of money, downgrading every fucking thing, making it a couple $1,000s back then, which was a lot of good money,
Yeah.
and selling the fucking shit. You know what I mean? So that also takes a big place in everything too. But
Well,
at the
see,
same time, when you have people on the other side of the country, on the other side of the earth, buying fucking property and putting shit up for no reason, there's no local
yeah.
community. There's no, you know what I mean? There's nothing that can be done to pay to put out jobs or do anything because everything's being taken up by fucking stupid ass real estate.
Right, right, right.
So,
Um, well, see, the one thing I see, like, again, on the whole tariff thing, the biggest issue I see with is you got to have at least three administrations to hold on to the idea.
mhm.
Because, or we're just going to keep going back and forth and back and forth. And then there might as well be no tariffs because all you're doing is starting them, stopping them, starting them, stopping them, and you're fucking the economy and nothing's ever going to get done.
Well, see, this is on my whole outlook on that too. There's a lot of play being done there. You know what I mean? And I think it's more like I don't pay attention to none of that shit. You know what I mean? But to me,
Right.
it's like this is what I can do. I'll stop, but this is what I can do. You know what I mean? And that kind of bothers me in a way. You're either gonna fucking do it and stick to your fucking guns, or not fucking do it, and we're gonna continue on our fucking way here. You know what I mean?
Now, according to what I've been reading and seeing, I'm still fact checking because, old 47, even though I lean towards his way, he does speak a lot of horse shit. Um,
Well, they all
you know,
do.
he's,
Everyone.
he's talking about floating, getting rid of income tax for the monies that's been coming in from these tariffs.
Mm.
And not only that, but like apparently these checks are supposed to be real, the $2,000, and it's supposed apparently from what I'm hearing now, and this changes daily, but from what I'm hearing now, he wants a $2,000 check to go out to people monthly, not a welfare check. This has nothing to do with your welfare. This has nothing to do with nothing else. This is apparently your dividends from these tariffs or whatever.
Mm.
Now, um, it's all fine and dandy. Again, you got to look into the logistics, but we'll play, just devil's advocate here. The Democrats of all people, and this is the reason why I can't even come close to leaning towards any of their fucking ideas. The Democrats of all people, are trying to stop it. They know all this money is coming in. They see the fat bankroll that is coming in. And they say, no, we have to be able to tell you what to do with it. Bitch, you just said that you don't want these. Each and every Democrat has voted against the tariffs, but you want to be able to tell the country how to spend the money?
Yeah,
That,
that's
that,
all
that,
fucked up.
that's just like the whole healthcare thing. When everybody says Trump hasn't had any ideas, the Republicans haven't had any ideas for their medical shit or the healthcare shit. Well,
Mm.
Trump was like, pretty much what are those called? The healthcare, where they send you money and they just put it in a healthcare account, and you choose your doctor, you pay for what you need to pay out of it, and it's also, I mean, which I think is the excuse. It could be used as a rainy day fund if you have so much accumulated, you ain't been sick or whatever you go through. Now that's the Democrats' big argument there. Oh, people are not going to use it on their health care. Well, you gave them the free money. They gave you free health care. You've been begging for free health care. That money is right there. Health savings account. That's what they're called. The money is right there. So why the fuck do you need somebody to tell you how to jack your own dick? If I feel like I want to go see this doctor and the government is giving me the money to go see this doctor, fine. If I want to go and blow my money on dope, and fine, but don't go running back to the government. Look, we helped you.
This
Yeah,
is true.
I don't, and we can't do that. We can't do that. The same people who don't want that want to be able to control that.
Right.
It doesn't make sense to me at all.
They just want control, if you ask me.
Right.
But
Well, I mean, it even goes back to when the shutdown was going on. I went way past. I was all about, it's both sides. They're haggling this and that. There's both sides. The shit that I didn't like that was in the bill, the Democrats gave two fucks about. They didn't give two fucks about. They didn't mention it. They didn't say a goddamn thing about it.
well,
But they kept bringing up this healthcare. They kept bringing up this healthcare. But then you see on all these little side videos and interviews when they're not in the hearings, oh, this is our leverage. There was one bitch who just came out and said, yeah, we know there's going to be a lot of families hurt, and we take full responsibility for it. But this is the only leverage we have. Bitch, you just said you put families, these same families that the Republicans are supposed to be tearing apart and, starving and all this. You just said that you were putting them in harm's way so you'll have leverage to get whatever you want done. And for all those people who say that that wasn't about illegals and illegals was this and that about that shit, the Trump administration is being sued right now because he stopped the food stamps and benefits for illegals. So how the fuck is he getting sued if that wasn't happening?
I don't know.
Now, I just got a thing that came up. It's fortunate. It says apparently Elon's back in the White House too again.
Why?
I don't know. I think as much as I liked the idea of Elon, and that Elon got too much dirt. Elon is tied to the island. You know, for those people who didn't give a fuck about, because
He is just a weird fucking dude altogether. Something about I don't know what it is.
well,
But something about that motherfucker
he's an
just.
autistic billionaire African.
But yeah, no, dude, no, it's not the autism or none of that shit. No, it's
People keep wanting to call him Tony Stark. No, that's the Black Panther.
I don't see either. But
White Conda forever, man. Elon has been warned Trump against the tariffs thing, not to implement sweeping tariffs. That U.S. manufacturing is linking the levels of industry troubles. In an interview with investors and entrepreneurs released on Sunday, Musk said that he warned Trump against tariffs, arguing they create distortions in the market. The Tesla CEO previously expressed concerns about import taxes that would cause a recession and drive up prices of goods. The EV maker stopped taking orders for some models in China, which then faced a retaliatory 125% tariff. The president has made it clear he loves tariffs. Musk said in the interview, I've tried to dissuade him from the point of view, but unsuccessfully. See, now, the one thing, I mean, even though I feel like Musk is a piece of shit, he does have, I feel like, a lot better business sense than Trump. I mean, Trump's been a businessman for years. He knows the game in and out. I get that. But Trump done stumbled and fell quite a few fucking times and fell right on his fucking face, where Elon Musk rarely stumbles, let alone falls. Um, Now, not saying he can't, but I mean, Elon is what, half Trump's age and 3 times as rich?
yeah.
You know,
Elon made a business and didn't have to file bankruptcy
right,
multiple
right, right.
times.
Now, whatever side dealings or whatever he's had with his companies, I'm sure once he gets back into the White House, somebody's going to start digging dirt on him again. Because
I,
all
to
the dirt,
me, I don't think it'll take much.
you notice all the dirt stopped being dug when he left the White House.
Well, yeah, you
All of a
want to
sudden,
be in the
Elon was
public's
the
eye,
man.
you're going to be in the public's eye. You know what I mean?
It just kills me. Motherfuckers went from wanting to burn up fucking all the Teslas to now everybody's driving Teslas again. So now everybody who got their new Teslas, are you going to burn them motherfuckers up now?
Probably. I hope so. Please do. That'd be great. We'll
Ugh.
do it all at once, all at the same time. Everybody join in.
So,
No, wait a minute. Don't do that because that would be a lot of fires that we can't put out.
so there's been a lot of questions going around and a lot of talks going around about us bombing these boats from Venezuela, and
Okay.
it don't make sense to me at all. There's a lot of theories out there on the reason why we're doing it or whatever. I got my own theory on it. A lot of people think that this is I haven't heard the word distraction too much anymore. We can't use distraction from the Epstein files because your Epstein files is out and it was all your people, your heroes, your fucking all of you Democrats. Um, yeah, that
Not
blew up.
mine, but okay.
Well, I'm just for the internet land out there, blew up
There
in
you
a
go.
lot
That's
of people's faces. And the fact that they went from Trump's in them files to, oh no, she was on the phone with one of her constituents and it's not illegal for somebody. Bitch, that was him. That was him. He might as well have been in that fucking Senate room with that motherfucker. He was there. So I mean, You know what? I believe Trump sucked a dick before I believe any more bullshit that come out of Democrats' mouth. That's
Right.
just, that,
Well, I really don't believe none of them, so I can't really. But I do definitely agree with you. I won't believe it when it comes out of their mouth either.
I mean, and you gotta. Everybody has to admit, Trump don't really. I mean, Trump don't really lie too much. I mean, for a person who everybody thinks lies so much, he says some of the stupidest shit. He just comes out and says, like, you would have thought he'd have lied about grabbing by the pussy.
Mm.
You'd have thought he would have lied about sleeping with Stormy Daniels. You know, he said that he slept with her. You know,
Well, I
he
mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I also noticed too that when he gets caught up, I think when he lies, he knows he has a way to cover his ass before he lies. You know what I mean? So
like
to
I think
they're all politicians. They all fucking lie. You know what
I
I
think
mean?
a lot of his lies or his untruths, whatever,
Mm.
are guided. Like just like
That's a
you can't
possibility.
you would never have, and nobody would have me think that he didn't orchestrate this whole Epstein file thing. You know, because when Trump wanted the Epstein files out, nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck. But as
Mm.
soon as all of a sudden Trump said, "No, there's nothing in them files," and then Elon said, "Oh, Trump don't want it to come out because he's in the files." Then everybody wanted them files out. It was a demand. They had to have Senate hearings. We're gonna get them all. And he said, "Okay, here you go."
Mm. Yep.
And I feel like kind of that's sort of what's going on with these whole boats that are getting blown up. I wanted to engage with this lady the other night at the bar, but I'm like, nah, I hurt this chick's feelings. Because she was just screaming at the television, "This is illegal and that's international waters, and we can't be doing that and this and that." All right, first of all, the big lie, and there was no way I could believe this, just from previous shows that we've done. Um, the big lie out there. This is not about drugs. This is not about drugs at all. At all. The drugs don't come from Venezuela. The precursors don't come from Venezuela. They don't put it together in Venezuela. Not the cocaine, not the meth, not the fucking no weed. None of that comes from Venezuela. None of it.
Yeah,
We're just
maybe a
gonna
little.
we're gonna we'll get that out. What Venezuela does have a whole lot of, two things: oil and gold. Now,
I thought you were gonna say human trafficking, but okay.
no, it's not even that. It's
Okay.
oil and it's the gold. Now, the big thing about it is now if you look into what's going on around the world, we got this Russia Ukraine bullshit going on. Now, according to reports, Russia's fleets are getting their armies dwindling. You know, they're using all these different weaponry and tanks. They're trying to cut off his oil line. They're stopping him from shipping oil. Now it's kind of hard to keep shipping oil out when you're using up and consuming triple the oil now to fuel all your military shit. Now, back in the day, when Maduro, the whole election with Maduro and all that shit was going on the first time, we did a show on it. I don't know if you remember where I looked into a lot of what was going on in Venezuela.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Venezuela, once upon a time, was one of the biggest. I think it was like within the top three biggest oil producers in the world. In the world, back in the 70s, 80s, you know, back then. Um, there was a regime change, the economy changed. A lot of the businesses left Venezuela. They left the fucking a lot of these oil rigs still in the oceans, and they just were left to rot. Which eventually, with no maintenance or nothing, start pouring into the waters around Venezuela. Venezuela is pretty much like surrounded by a giant oil slick. Like to this day, like there's still no EPA is going to help. No, nobody's fucking going to help. Like oil there is more abundant than water. Like I watched these kids fucking go like they were trying to go fishing, and they dove into the water and came back out looking like them ducks that they save from the oil spills, you know, like them soap commercials and
Yeah,
shit.
all covered in shit. Yep.
Yeah, and that's the fit. Now you can imagine with them fish that they caught out of that water is going to have the chemicals and shit. So, you know, there's an abundance of oil. There's so much oil there that the government of Venezuela pretty much begged Russia to take the oil. And as incentive to take the oil, they gave them a very high interest in their gold mines. So you wonder where Russia's getting the money to fund their wars. You're wondering where Russia's getting their extra oil at. It's coming from Venezuela and places like Venezuela, because I'm sure there's more than one. So now you start looking at, you keep that in the back of your head and you start looking at what's going on now. Now, Russia supposedly is not cooperating with the Ukraine. Um, the UN has already been told that they don't want this war to stop. So they're hyping fucking Zelensky up, and Zelensky thinks he's the fucking man. Here, the fucking NATO and all them European countries are banking off this. Well, in the meantime, we're looking bad as a country. America's looking bad because we were supposed to stop this shit. So how do you get the one side to fucking stop without looking like you are interfering into what's going on in Europe? You stop the other supply line. Now, if you look at the route where these boats were going, it was going up our coast, but they were still in international waters. And you forget there's a straight line from Venezuela to Russia. Straight to Russia. So now I just saw that I believe the Ukraine has drones now. They're submarine drones. And
Yeah, I was just watching a couple of videos the other night with
right.
the drones attacking and shit like that. That shit's fucking crazy.
So if the Ukraine has submarine drones, that means Russia is running submarine drones. And if anything, if you got to fucking move gold or you got to move oil or whatever under the water with no pipeline, you would use a submarine. So are these boats really drug boats, or are they markers for where the submarines are? So, I mean, that could be moving oil, that could be moving money, that could be moving people back and forth right up the coast. And nobody's looking into any of that. They're just, oh, we're just killing people and we want a regime change and we want their oil. Dude, if America said, give us the oil, I'm pretty sure they'd be like, here, take some. Take it.
It's all you.
Give me a fucking gallon of water. Give me a shower. Give me a bottle of Dawn dishwashing liquid.
Something.
So, I mean, that's my personal, just from what I've seen in the research that I've done. I know there's no way. You know, I can see if you was bombing boats from Cuba or bombing boats from Colombia or bombing, you know, the whole cartel, and the cartel thing quieted down a lot too. You don't hear too much about the cartels no more and the so-called war that was on the border down there. Because remember, supposedly we was having a war with the Mexicans down there.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we don't hear nothing about that shit no more. So I don't know. That's just my take on it. What do you have you heard about this whole Trump taking away or supposedly taking away all the pardons that Biden did and everything that he had signed with the auto pen thing?
No, I don't think so.
So apparently Trump's been having this hard on for this whole auto pen thing, which is, you know, like it records your whoever's signature, like Joe Biden's, and then you just put the paper under the thing and it just automatically signs it.
Okay.
So I don't understand how, one, that is any kind of different than your digital signature. You know how they do them digital, by clicking here, this is your digital signature.
Yeah.
So you know, but
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say the same thing. It ain't no different.
the big problem is with a lot of these more right-wing conservative and Republican and, you know, the zealots out there on that side. No matter who the fuck Trump he thinks he is, or anybody else, it could be the great and powerful Obama. Nobody, nobody under any circumstances could reverse a presidential pardon, whether it was done illegally or not. Once it is recognized, I looked this up earlier. Once it is recognized, yeah, no. Now, if it was done illegally, the person who did it, like say, Joe Biden didn't authorize any of this and somebody did, whoever authorized the auto pen or whatever could get in trouble, some big shit. But as far as the pardons are concerned, yeah, no matter what, they got a free ride. They lucked out. So all them fucking people, Fauci, all the Biden family, all them shit, no matter what the fuck horse shit Trump's been saying on True Social, um, yeah, he can't reverse that. Not even the Supreme Court can reverse those. Now, if they fuck up again, something's totally different. But these were like blanket pardons. So I mean, pretty much Hunter can run down fucking whatever the 3300 Washington bullet, whatever the fuck it is, with his dick out in a crack pipe, and ain't nothing gonna happen. And speaking of, since we releasing everything, could we have the J6 tapes and the Hunter Biden laptop? Just putting that out there. Everybody wants to keep complaining about the Jeffy files.
Right.
So yeah, now as far as the other executive orders or anything else that Biden signed, I don't know how that can roll. That might be able to get overturned. But a lot of that was put in by Congress, and that's when Congress had the House and the Senate. So that was kind of like a full vote. So that's even going to be a stretch right there. So I don't think that's any of that's happening or whatever. I don't know. I think them pardons was bullshit. I'm a firm believer Joe Biden didn't know about them last few. I'm sure he might have mentioned it, but I feel like while he was at that last whatever speech or whatever, Hunter was in there like and some of them fucking people, some of them higher up Democrats and congressmen knew about it too. Some of them knew that some shady shit was going on because there was a handful of them that was like, nope, we don't want a pardon. Nope, we don't want nothing to do with this. They did totally refuse the pardon. They knew what was up. They knew what was up.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of the Jeffy files, here's something that I found that was it's gonna blow up like crazy. I feel like, and I could understand why the legacy media ain't going around with it because it's one of or actually two of their sweethearts. But first of all, shot back out to Kanye. Y'all think Kanye's a nut job? Damn near everything Kanye said and has been saying is coming true. Just like Alex Jones. Y'all may not like the way they be saying it. They be saying it. They're saying it. But it's the truth. The truth is the truth. So apparently Paris Hilton is like real deal. I mean, even if she wasn't on them files or on them island doing dirt, she done told on herself. Apparently Paris Hilton became one of the recruiters for the Jeffy Island.
Mm.
And her girl, her bestie, her secretary at one point, her assistant at one point, Kim Kardashian, was right along with her. But while Paris was partying and recruiting, Kim was just throwing the booty, trying to get the clout. It was like, like you notice Paris Hilton became pretty much famous because she leaked a sex tape or whatever, or it was leaked. She still claims to this day she didn't put it out there, but it was leaked.
Right.
Kim Kardashian's was totally filmed. Like Paris Hilton, this dude had a fucking camera in the corner. She was just getting Kim Kardashian's with Ray J or whatever might as well have been a porno. It was filmed. Like it was not, phone on, IR in the corner or whatever. Like she actually brought Paris in to fucking like consult.
I did this before.
And apparently, like Ray J fucking like had a MDNA or an NDA, like he wasn't allowed to tell nobody about it or whatever. And now apparently he's suing the Kardashians
Yeah.
over some shit was going on. And I guess Kim is starting to sue Paris Hilton too, because Paris was like, if I'm going down, I'm taking this bitch with me. And she was naming names. I mean, it was Kim Kardashian, Lindsay Lohan, I believe the achy breaky heart bitch, um, like, and they all, they not only were they tied to the island, but they
Mm-hmm.
was also tied to the baby oil slip and slides.
And that surprises you why? Mm-hmm.
Well, that also kind of ties into, because we all know about what Virginia Giuffre said about old Barry and the Cabana Boys. But if you start looking into the fucked up connections that Barry and Big Mike had, they gave, as soon as their daughters were old enough, they pretty much gave them to the Weinsteins, who we all know what went on with the Weinsteins. And they did big fucking, galas and parties and stuff. And Whoopi Goldberg was there, and they said how great the Weinsteins were or whatever. And then one of the other ones was actually left over to party with the Diddy entourage or whatever. So I mean, but you know what? 47 is on that list somewhere.
All right.
He is on that list. He's there somewhere. I know it. Then I seen a reel that had some chick, some libtard fucking going ape shit. If you could believe the vaccine is bad for you, then I could believe that Donald Trump gave Bill Clinton a blowjob. If you could believe that this and that, then I could believe Donald Trump gave Bill Clinton a blowjob. If you could believe that you're Christian and this and that, I'm like,
I
you know
don't
what?
know, but
I
Clinton getting
wish.
blown by everybody.
I fucking wish, dude. Like I said, I've said it even on stage. I would love for Trump to come on and say, yeah, I sucked his dick. What? It was the greatest blowjob I ever gave.
He loved
Yeah,
it.
dude, you would see fucking Democrats' fucking heads just explode.
Probably.
Like everybody with blue, green, pink hair.
Hey, what the fuck? He's one of us.
I said that on stage too. I was like, and just like that, every Democrat became a straight homophobe. Well, I mean, you making fun of the press? If you want to believe this, fine. If you want to believe that, that's fine. But by your own standards, now you're a fucking homophobe, you piece of shit.
Gotta take the good with the bad. Just
That's it.
saying.
That is the same thing as when Trump told Hillary Clinton, when she was like, he cheats on his taxes. He was like, no, I use the same loopholes that you and your friends use. And if you would like me to get rid of them loopholes, I will, and I won't use them. But you know who won't let me? You won't, because your friends won't be able to use them.
Yep.
Right there. So yeah, 47 sucked the cock.
Right.
It's 2025. We ain't allowed to say nothing about it. So what? What? You're gonna call him a faggot? That's hate crime. That's a hate crime. That's a hate crime. Can't do that.
Nope. Can't do it.
Nope. We can. Well, if we say something against Slick Willie's picture, that's transphobia, right? That's transphobia. So, yep, you're a homophobe if you keep talking about shit about Trump. I'm gonna put it out there, right there. And Lord forbid he say he identifies African.
It'd still just be ridiculous if he came out and said about the whole Bill Clinton thing.
Oh,
That'd
dude,
be
I would
fucking ridiculous.
I would fuck. And then can you imagine? Like, I want him to say that, but with a split screen of Bill Clinton not knowing when anything's going on. For Trump to be like, yeah, I sucked his cock. Just to see the look on fucking Bill's face. Could you fucking imagine that, dude?
He'd be like, "Oh shit,
dude. That would like the internet would just explode. Just to
100%."
everything. That'd be like, what was it? The interview with Seth Rogen, where he was like, Eminem's gay on our show. Eminem's gay on our show.
Oh shit.
Oh, fucking crazy, dude. Fucking crazy. And the fact that like these people are just melting down, like Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks came out publicly. Now, mind you, he got dual citizenship, and he's living he bailed out of the country when the first little hint of Epstein shit getting tossed out. He was gone. He's all over them fucking papers.
Oh, I
But
bet.
he did some tirade, man. It was like 5 minutes, damn near, of just how stupid Republicans are, and we can't turn around, take away the pardons, and Joe Biden was the best president, and how Trump is destroying our democracy, and all the just on and on and on. Look, we know you fuck kids. Just shut the fuck up.
Right.
All right. We know what was his name from Toy Story, or the Andy? No, not Andy.
Woody.
Fuck. Woody. Yeah. We all know about you, Woody. We all know about you. That's why they brought in Keanu Reeves to take your spot. You know, he was the fucking race car man. Even Tim the Tool Man Taylor knew to keep the fuck off the island. You know, Buzz Lightyear was Infinity and in America, not on that island. And the bad thing was that was the one, like, they wanted Buzz Lightyear on that island. Because Buzz Lightyear, if you look into his background, was a big cocaine dealer.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I remember that shit when it came out.
Yeah.
I remember the picture. I'm going to see if I'm going to look it up right now.
And he was like, no. We could blow back a few lines here in the States, man. But once you get in them waters, I'm out.
Yeah, he had the mustache and everything, dude. That's great.
Yeah.
Bring it out. Won't come up. Damn it. Well.
Ain't no come up.
What
said no talking shit about Buzz Lightyear.
Right. Said no. Yeah.
Ugh.
You're gonna show a bunch of multiple ones.
Coming up.
Yep.
He looked like a dope dealer from the Wild West.
It was fuck the 70s, I believe.
Yeah, he has that, like, the Wyatt Earp look. Why they shot me? Why? Yeah, he definitely looked like he was bringing over poppy plants over the Oregon Trail.
Something, definitely. But yeah, it's just crazy. You think about it, I can imagine if you actually dug into some people's actual past, you find out a lot of shit like that.
Well, that's like
find out that they still doing it to this day.
There's one dude. Oh, like Shia LaBeouf. You know, everybody thinks he's a nut job. You know that motherfucker was like a high up gangbanger.
No.
Yeah. He was a thug. Everybody thinks he's a nut job in there. I think he went about the ways of Kanye. He wasn't trying to take anybody's bullshit, so they labeled him fucking out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf was a thug. Fucking MC Hammer apparently was a thug.
Oh yeah, he definitely was. Who was the other dude? One of the guys he had a lot of beef with. That you would have never thought he was a fucking slut like that either. God damn it, who was it? But no, MC Hammer. I think MC Hammer and I think it was either Method Man or Red Man. They had an issue, and fucking MC Hammer showed up with like 20 fucking dudes ready to fuck him up and shit. Yep, yeah, he was a nutty one.
There was another one, man.
He was definitely one of the ones. Definitely couldn't touch him.
I think it was 50. 50 went into Charlemagne the God show or whatever. And Charlemagne started saying something. 50 got up and fucking like threw shit off the table, snapped on him and shit. I guess he hit one of the dudes. Wow. He was telling people like on air on the show. He was like, "Why are you being so fucking fake? Why everybody knows you fake? Why are you trying to? Why would you even ask that? Why would you even come at me like that?" Apparently 50 real deal too. And a lot of people, you know what a lot of people is giving? That's another thing that I've noticed a lot of people talking shit about online.
Before I forget again, the dude that MC Hammer had major beef with was one of the guys from Third Base. Remember Third Base?
Yeah.
The three white dudes. It was one of them guys that he had beef with. I can't remember who it was though.
It was the big dude who does shit with Rucka.
Wasn't him?
Yeah. Well, I forget. I know exactly who you're talking about. MC
Search. That's it.
Give it up for Ralph.
Right. I don't want to know. He had a hating dude. He had a bunch of beef with a bunch of people. I gotta look it up now.
Yeah. Fuck. Now I had a brain fart. What I was saying. What was the last thing I was cleaning up with?
Oh shit, Tupac.
Yeah, I heard about the Pac thing.
Yeah, LL Cool J, Tupac Shakur, Jay-Z, EPMD, Redman, Too Short. Damn, he had beef with a lot of motherfuckers.
I heard he was a bad dude. Like he didn't fuck around, and he had the connections to back him up.
And then he put a 50 on MC Search. He put like a 50K hit on him. That's crazy.
Over some fucking music.
Wow, I don't know. Yeah, it says here Third Base dissed MC Hammer and their song "Pop Goes the Weasel," which included a line about Hammer's mother.
Yep, didn't take too kindly to it at all.
What you say about my mama? Oh shit.
That was pretty much it too.
Right. But yeah, no, he definitely wasn't no slouch, I guess. He had beat fucking, especially Tupac. That brings in fucking whole Death Row, the whole night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn. They should do a movie about MC Hammer now.
That's where I was going with it. People are having a fit about, because I guess 50 has hated fucking Diddy from way back.
Oh yeah.
If you look at the comparison between 50 Cent and Diddy and Donald Trump and Jeff F, like it's damn near the same. All them files that they came out with is all Jeff talking shit about Trump, and pretty much he was like stalking Trump for years, just keeping tabs on him. 50 did the same thing to Diddy, like, and now he got a documentary out, and everybody's calling him a snitch. There's like fucking 10 goddamn documentaries out on Diddy. How Lord knows how many on R. Kelly.
Right.
How the fuck is it? 50 might be a little stalkery, you know? But I mean, the fuck? I mean, he's speaking his truth. It ain't like he's hiding behind the film. He says every time he puts an interview up, he starts talking shit. I mean,
oh no, fucking! I love 50 when he has beef with people. I think it was Mayweather he had beef with. He was standing on his balcony. He was talking all kinds of shit. He was like, dude, if you could read a paragraph out of fucking Harry Potter book, he's like, I will give you $1,000. Oh, dude, I was fucking dying when he said
it. Yeah, it's 50 ain't no joke. I mean, he might not say the smartest shit in the world, but I mean, it don't matter. You don't give a fuck.
Right.
Whether he's broke or whether he got money, he's still saying what he's saying.
Right. Did you see any of the videos where he calls people about that money and shit? He calls them up trying to get his money back. There's videos out of it, dude. It's fucking great. He's like in the car talking shit. He's like, hey, I get that money I gave you. And you hear he's like on speakerphone with the dude's like, oh man, he's like, oh, don't start that shit. And they don't start going off on this dude. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, I gotta start looking it up. I gotta
Yeah,
look it up.
there's like a bunch of them. So I think
So
now I think it was back when people were talking about he was going broke or whatever, and then he started showing up in like VIPs throwing fucking money everywhere and shit, and then fucking that's when it started. Was he was like, oh, I'm broke. I guess I got to start calling people
start
that
collecting the money.
first it was the people that were talking shit that he was going broke. And he was like, yo, you owe me this money. I'm going broke. You know, give me my shit. Oh, dude, it's fucking great. You'll have to look it up. There's like a bunch.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Mhm.
Here's something I spoke a little bit on by myself on Monday. We'll end with this with our last 5 minutes.
Yes.
Apparently, there's all kind of shit exploding with this whole Charlie Kirk thing.
Hmm.
There's been now 2, and it's been leaked out. You know, all the details and shit about hits that's been put out on Candace Owens. Um, so I mean, everybody thinks that she lost her shit. She lost her mind. I mean, I think she's the only one that's on to something, and it shows because they got hits out on her. Like
Hmm.
actually, one hitman came out, like they blacked him out and everything, and he said, you know, he read in detail the orders. He's like, he's not from this country. He's done dirt in this country. You know, he does dirt around the world. I mean, he didn't give specifics, but he read off the instructions. They wanted this girl, unalive for the internet people, in front of people. He wanted it was to be done with a knife. It was to be done a specific way to while a certain broadcast company was watching. You know, it was supposed to be a message out there.
Hmm.
So there's that, and then there's some leaked uh, or just some lies that are going on about a pastor that was supposed to be Charlie's pastor that had ties with Israel. Him and his son. There's a lot of phone calls that supposedly happened or didn't happen that don't match up with the time frame. So that's kind of odd too. The
Hmm.
thing that gets me, this is what gets me the most. So I started hearing reports about JD Vance's wife not wearing her wedding ring to a couple of the functions or whatever they were at. And I'm like, okay, so what? You know, she didn't wear a ring, or maybe they having issues. I mean, it always fucking happens.
Right.
Um, but then there's reports now that Erica Kirk is pregnant. And
Wait.
now from the right, you hear, oh, that's Charlie, that's his legacy, that's this, that's that. Erica's 7 weeks pregnant. Well, when I heard about this, Erica was 7 weeks pregnant. And at that time, Charlie Kirk had been dead 10 weeks. So now there's
Hmm.
rumors floating around
Well, who was the
about
dude that she was all hugged up with and shit in the pictures?
JD Vance.
Nah.
So now you put together whatever puzzle pieces you want to put together there.
Connect the dots.
But if JD is fucking with Erica, this not a good look. This is the wrong time. This takes all the sand people away. This takes all the star people away. This takes all the liberals away, and this puts the target right on you. Because what's the second oldest reason to kill somebody? Pussy. And the first reason is money. And she got a very, very hefty insurance dividend, whatever, from Charlie passing. She's very, very, not only that, but she also got to take over Turning Point. And the only thing really stepping in the way, the only thing that's just got their fucking dick in the door is poor Candace Owens. So I don't know. I mean, personally, Candace Owens is shit. I watched Candace Owens more than I did Charlie Kirk. Candace is awesome. I think she's hot. She was hot when she was pregnant. She was hot when she wasn't pregnant. She's hot now, crazy, looking like Britney Spears.
Now I know what carrot feels.
So I mean, I just hope nothing happened to Candace. I don't. Nobody needs any of this shit. I would really like to know where this is tied to. because this is more and more becoming like a JFK thing. Oh, the Cubans are involved. The UFOs were involved. It was the gays. It was the what FBI. It was the so that's what we're there's gonna be a third fucking sperm on the grassy knoll or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked her, but it was 2 other people there too.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
I wasn't alone.
So I mean, I don't know. It's just a lot of weirdnesses going on over there. So yeah. That being said, quit bitching about your gas. It's changing everywhere. It's $2.50 at the bottom of my street, and at the top of my street it's $3.
Right.
So
It's fucking crazy because like especially the holidays, it usually goes up. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But hey,
it didn't go up. Like I haven't seen it go past. I think three and a quarter, and that's been a long time.
Right.
But I've also seen it fluctuate from 3 and a quarter all the way down to like 2.39, and then back up and back down. And it ain't fluctuating within days, and it ain't fluctuating with the market. It's fluctuating with 4 or 5 blocks.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's what I don't understand. Like literally, if the houses weren't here, you could go to the gas station at the bottom of my road and see the gas station at the top of my fucking road, and there's like over a 50-cent difference in gas. It's all the same gas.
Well,
I mean, it comes from all the same sand.
It's all man. It's even worse over here on Salt Springs. Fucking BP will be one fucking price. Sheets will be like fucking 10 cents more. And you go down the road, motherfucking Pilot and Love's like fighting it out like 15 cents more than what these two over here are. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. And you got a bridge between the 4 of them. And that.
The craziest shit is, now you know what I'm talking about, the gas station on Saranac.
Yeah.
If you go, it ain't even a quarter of a block. It's like there's a light right there on the corner where the gas station is. If you go to the next block down, like there's another gas station that is owned by the same people who own the fucking first gas station, and there's still the price difference there. I'm like, dude, like what's going on?
Right. Y'all fucking it up. Just fucking it up.
I paid $2.22 last week at Shell
in Warren. Yeah.
Gotta watch
Can't bitch about that.
Here's a little PSA, a little local PSA, especially for you, Ralph, because you work a lot in Warren. And not to saying you fucking around out there, just saying I know you do security and shit. Apparently there's a new report out. There's over 1,000 people in like I forget how many. It's like 50-mile radius, not even. They just said Warren. They all have AIDS, like full blown AIDS. So
keep your pecker in your pants.
Not only that, but when you're swinging and fighting and shit like that,
don't let nobody bite you.
Yeah, stay away from the bodily fluids.
Right.
Speedway across the street was
289. Yep.
Yeah, don't make sense at all.
Right. Stupid.
I think all the sand people are breaking up because the ones with the turbines got the cheap gas. The ones with the clean shit they're more expensive.
Because they got the clean shit. That's why.
This one down here sells blunts. This one up here sells black and milds.
He said, "I got gloves." I knocked their fucking teeth out. Bite me, bitch.
Yeah, especially because now they've passed that law where it's not attempted murder anymore for somebody to intentionally spit at you or throw their blood on you or have sex with you, and they got that shit. Before
if you spit your blood at me or spit on me, I'm not really too worried about because I'm fucking you up.
Well, no, but like before that was on the other part, that was attempted murder. I know somebody who got extra time in jail because they have AIDS and they spit in the cop's face.
Ooh, well,
they tacked on 10 quick. They tacked on 10 quick. That dumb fuck only had 5 years. He spent 15 years in there. But now, that's no big deal now.
Well, either way, I'm just saying that shit happens. One of us is getting attempted murder. At least attempted murder. Just saying.
All right. With that being said, thanks everybody who's watching us tonight and who listened in and all that type of shit there. Sorry we had to jump through some hoops to get it there. I got restricted on some bullshit. It's gonna be like that till the first.
Yeah, Margo got arrested. He's in
Man.
Facebook jail.
So
We got bond money and they won't let him out.
yeah, that's it. Locked up, it won't let me out. So y'all
Yeah.
be good to each other. We out.
Good night, y'all.